I hear about a lot of dudes are leaving the U.S. to go pursue women. Call these people passport bros.
Oh, this is part of the whole
You hear
red
about
pill.
this?
Yeah, it's part of the whole like Andrew Tate red pill thing.
What do you mean? I don't exactly understand red pill and blue pill. What is it? Give me a quick synopsis.
Well, it stems from the Matrix and this idea that like you've heard Tate talk about the Matrix. You take the red pill, you know, you get to see all the bullshit
See it
that's
for
going
as
on.
it is. Yeah.
So the people that are quote
And the
unquote
blue pill is like you're living in like a fantasy.
you're going, you know, you're being manipulated, but you like the comfort of going along with shit is the idea behind it.
Is there any like proud blue pillars?
Yeah, absolutely.
Really? And they're like, yeah, we're blue pill. And
Yeah,
it's
everybody
lit.
wearing a mask still today.
But they're self-proclaimed blue pillars?
No,
That's what I'm saying.
No,
Like,
these are not like people don't like call themselves red pill. These are like what people call it to be like derogatory, like the QAnon and then blue anon, and then it's kind of like.
no, see, I feel like
There's
I've
a
heard
red
people
pill
call
movement.
themselves red pill.
Early on, it was like I'm red pilled or I'm based or I'm like these things, and it's it always becomes propaganda one way or another. But
All right. But yeah, passport bros.
so the idea is Western women are too far gone. You're not going to find a wife in America anymore. There's not wife material here. So head on down to a third world country.
Like they're not like how are they? What does that mean? Like
Go
they're not
west.
feminine and
Go
like
west,
they're,
young man. Yeah, exactly. Like they're they're not traditional patriarchal.
I think there's a lot of them out there.
I do too. I think it's bullshit. I think what these guys are really doing is they're going down to these third world countries where $20 buys a hooker, and that's what they're doing all weekend. Look, can we just call it what it is?
Yeah, they can get a hooker that looks like J-Lo for $20. Meanwhile, over here they can't. The
women
can't
are
really
just
get nothing going.
The women are just nicer in Ecuador, yeah.
For $20.
or you're spending $100, and and that's half of a bottle in a terrible club in Brooklyn.
Yeah.
And then, the girl doesn't even look at you.
Scream in someone's ear.
Yeah, maybe you just, maybe you work at Verizon and make $45,000 a year, and that just ain't cutting it in L.A.
Yeah.
In the L.A. hookup scene. So, yeah, you fly on down to Nicaragua, and all of a sudden you balling.
Yeah.
You know what? I'm not mad at it. Fuck it. Get in where you fit in, boys. Get in where you fit in. If it's cheaper for you, the only thing I can compare it to, Mick, is when I was in college, we didn't have a lot of money, but we liked watching Yankee games. So instead of going up to the Bronx and spending $200 on a ticket, we'd go down to Baltimore and we'd get a hotel room for like, $100 split between three guys, and we'd get $20 tickets to watch the Yankees. Now, were we cheating on the Yankees? No. We passport broke. To me, it's just a wise investment. You just go where, you go where the dollar stretches.
Get in where you fit in.
You get in where you fit in.
Mm-hmm.
You're telling me that if you wouldn't suggest to somebody who's having trouble up in Jersey, they're not fitting in, and he can go down to Columbia for a weekend and get some rocks off.
I mean, live your life. Yeah, do whatever you want.
Go get your rocks off.
Right.
In Columbia, probably literally. Go snort your rocks, smoke your rocks. Whatever you got to do, I don't know.
Yeah, a lot of rocks down there, huh?
Is it a bad thing? Like, why are they calling it passport bros like it's a bad thing?
I don't know if it's a bad thing. I think that's the self-proclaimed name.
All right.
If they're the ones doing that, like, yeah, we're passport bros. We go, and they're probably, like they hate women like you, so they're like,
okay,
I'm tired of these women over here.
I'm kind of into it. I gotta be honest.
I converted G.
I'm kind of into it.
Future passport bro.
I would love to be a passport bro. It's listen. I think women are breaking the social contract. I do. I think a lot of women are breaking the social contract. We've got a handshake agreement with women. We've got a handshake agreement.
Well, what is that?
Huh?
What is the handshake agreement?
The handshake agreement with women is,
or this tacit agreement.
The tacit agreement,
unspoken.
The unspoken agreement is, I don't confront me like a man, and I won't treat you like a man. That's the tacit agreement. The tacit agreement is act like a woman, be treated like a woman.
Right.
Act like a
come
man.
Out here aggressive.
Act like a man, and I still have to treat you like a woman. And that's what's happening more and more and more and more. And I
Women
see it,
like hitting their dudes.
Getting right up in their shit, aggressive as hell online. The social media has made not just women, a whole lot of people super comfortable doing disrespectful shit. conflict with no resolution.
Right.
And I think if these passport bros, they need some conflict resolution, or they're, it's fight or flight. And if they're saying, you know what, I've had enough of these bitches, I need to get up out of here. God bless them. They're doing the right thing. What should they do? Like, what are their options? These people get in their face and then they just have to, like, what, be submissive and be like, they walk away? Like, what should they do?
I got to find some good quality women.
Yeah. They're in the Midwest.
Oh, yeah?
Oh, yeah. There's beautiful, beautiful, beautiful women who are respectful. And this is not about being submissive. Every feminist in the world is always like, you want women to go back in that kitchen. That's not what I'm saying whatsoever. Don't be disrespectful. Just don't be disrespectful. That's all.
And make me my damn sandwich.
I can make the sandwich. I'm fine with it. I don't need you to do anything. But don't talk about, equality and everything. And then you never notice that there's never a feminist when the check comes? Am I wrong in saying that? Am I wrong to say that, we want equality, okay. Pay for dinner.
Yeah.
Now they'll do it, but they will make your life a living hell for the rest of the night.
Yeah.
That's been my experience. Is that different for Mick G?
Nah. I like women, unlike you. So
Mick's not a passport bro.
I'm not a passport bro.
Listen, man, I'll call it what it is. I'll keep it 100% G real, and then we'll go to the comments on this. Sometimes you need a break from these bitches, man. Sometimes you just can't enough with the marching and the yelling, and there's a new problem with the world every freaking week, and you can't do nothing about it. They get all up in your shit. These white women talking about how bad white men are, and you're just like, what the fuck? What were you out here? Were you out here breaking into slave ships back in the day, trying to get people off them? How are you not culpable in this with everybody else? This idea that they can somehow be the most privileged people on earth and a victim at the same time, you just got to take a break from them. Go down to Colombia, hang out with some girls that just like to...
Wow, you really got behind this passport, bro.
I like it. I'm into it, man. Let's go down. I want to go to Colombia right now. I want to go to Colombia where Latin music... Look, we really want to get crazy with it. How about this? Latin women just flat out better than white women.
Yeah.
Just the culture's better. Sexy. Now, they get loud too. And they'll get aggressive, but there's a sexiness to it. Then there's a music to it.
So if you're going to be aggressive, you have to do it sexily?
Yes. Still be feminine. Still be feminine.
While they're smacking you in the face?
Yeah, but they bite their lip while they're doing it, and it's like, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I can get into
this is a test, huh? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Am I wrong here? Tell me if I'm wrong. Am I wrong?
You are absolutely right, bro.
Thank you, Ben Castro.
As a Colombian myself, the Spanish women...
Big up in your people here.
Yeah. Hey, I'm going to tell you this. They are a lot of fun. They take good care of you.
Yep.
But you're right. They're loud. And
You talking the native Colombians or like Florida Colombians?
I think just the Spanish culture in general. I think a Spanish woman in general just has that. Like, she wants to take care of you. Go out, have fun.
Yep.
I feel like that's a woman though.
Yep.
Women,
Just give me red state country white women. That, you know what? Red state country white women, you guys are off the hook. You Nashville hotties with your jean shorts and your white boots. You guys are
Old Daisy Dukes.
You guys
here.
are good too. You guys are invited to the cookout.
You love you some Nashville too, bro.
Now you're speaking my language, G. Now you're speaking my
language.
language.
What I'm talking about?
I know exactly what you're talking about.
All these Warby Parker wearing wannabe fucking Sarah Silverman asses, they can ship off.
Has the comments weighed in on any of this banter?
Mostly that she just has to be Christian. That's the most important part.
What about the Jamie Presley Margot Robbie thing? Wow, I didn't realize we had such a pious listening base. I didn't realize Gas Digital was such a religious.
I gotta be real. That's not what I was going for.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Well,
she has
audience, we've heard you. What about the Jamie Presley Margot Robbie thing? They calling G crazy?
No, they're not calling them crazy. I'm pretty sure they're just masturbating right now.
They're just appreciating the pictures.
Hey, listen, folks. I'm telling you, if you are unaware, do your research. Okay, do your research.
Yeah.
Like Sam Harris says, do your research. You're not qualified to do your research. Just shut up and take my word for it.
You don't like that guy, huh?
No. What kind of fucking elitist ass statement was that? This whole idea of do your research is the new religion
You're
of the right.
incapable of doing it.
Yeah. The problem is that you're not capable of doing your research. You're not. Who are you to question the elites?
How
Shut
educated
up,
do you have
Sam
to
Harris.
be to do proper research?
Well, in what? In what?
I don't know.
I mean, these guys are like
Googling.
Yeah, they're like a PhD, speech pathologist, and they're like, you're not qualified enough to be commenting on virology, and you fucking are.
Yeah.
What? Like this idea that you have do you have to go to the Sorbonne? Do you have to have French culinary experience to be able to tell if it's shitty pizza or not? I've eaten enough pizza in my life to know what's good and what's bad. I'm an expert. I have my PhD in pizza.
Yeah.
Autodidact. I don't need the printout from a university to tell me I'm a pizza sommelier. I got this. You know what I'm saying? These elitist pricks. Huh?
Pizza sommelier.
I'm a pizza sommelier.
Connoisseur.
I'm a connoisseur of Tostino's pizza rolls.
Those are good.
I'm a pizza gourmand.
Yeah.
Do you need, it's I mean, in your world, there's this idea and there's a lot of respect. It's actually one of the things I don't like about jiu-jitsu, frankly. Not all black belts are created equal, man.
Sure.
There's this idea, well, he's a black belt. I mean, yeah.
Right.
But
Yeah. No, that's facts. And not
he couldn't
everyone's created equal.
bust a grape in a fruit fight.
Right.
Like, just because
You could probably choke a grape in a fruit fight if he's a jiu-jitsu black belt. Though.
Maybe.
Yeah, he's going to be better suited to than he's not. I mean, he's not just some normal guy. That's some guy who's put a lot of years in.
Yeah.
But obviously, that doesn't mean that they could compete at the highest level or
No. Yeah.
They should feel all right walking around Boca.
They should. I don't know. I've seen some brown and some blacks that are kind of
Belts.
yes, those specifically that are kind of they're kind of paid for. Like it's like all right, they've been doing this for 15 years. Like we gotta belt them up. We can't have a 15-year blue belt here. And then they get in with a white belt that wrestled in high school and they can't do anything with them.
Right.
So
Yeah.
that like we've talked about it before. A PhD just doesn't mean to me what it once did. Like you got a state school PhD, like with all due respect, like you just never left school. All that shows me is that you're obedient. You know how to follow assignments.
Right.
Show up on time.
You can show that you can show up
Yeah.
somewhere.
To me, it's like a credit score. It's an education credit score. Okay, this guy pays his tuition. This guy
Yeah.
pays his bills. Good. Congratulations.
And people forget, they're like, oh, he's a doctor. He knows. There's C student doctors.
Yeah.
Who, just got by.
Totally.
Totally.
Especially nowadays where, there's straight up diversity quotas. And I'm not saying diversity is a bad thing. Diversity is good as long as it's organic. Organic diversity is the best thing possible. But if you're literally making a situation where somebody who's less qualified is getting opportunities, right? And now they could say, well, the qualifications are systemically skewed, blah, blah, blah. Bottom line, look, you got an engineer, you got a doctor, you want a plane mechanic, give me the best guy or girl for the job, please. I don't care. We don't need diversity initiatives in pilots. I mean, that's something that they're pushing constantly. Let's just all agree. We need the best pilots.
Right. Whoever can
Regardless.
keep that bird in the sky.
Let's just do that.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Yeah.
The Biden administration keeps bragging about the fact it's the most diverse administration in the world, and I'm sitting here going, we're hemorrhaging money. We're just hemorrhaging. You're not making the point you think you're making. It's like the place is burning down, and you're like, yeah, but it was very diverse. You're not making the point you think you're making here. Let's maybe dial back on that a little bit, and just I don't know, get people good at their jobs.
Yeah. Sure.
I mean,
I'm with that.
is that a thing? That's why I love sports, and this is why it pisses me off so much when politics creep into sports, because it's like the last place on earth where qualifications matter. It's the last place on earth where you can't hide behind any fucking esoteric academic bullshit. There's no fucking qualification that's going to get you in the ring with somebody that's going to help you. If you're not qualified, that's going to be a problem for you, and you're going to get exposed. There's some of that in sports, and like first round draft picks get more leeway than lower round draft picks, regardless of their production and stuff like that. because there's that cover your ass thing from the scouts. But eventually, I mean, hell, my Rangers love him to death. They just had to trade the 9th overall pick in a draft, Vitaly Kravtsov, for nothing. Nothing. Because he sucks. 9th overall pick in the draft. They traded him to Vancouver for nothing. Because he sucks. But you can't fake that in sports. You can't hide behind a fucking pedigree in sports. And that's what I love about it. And that's why
A great example of that from yesterday is the Logan Paul or Jake Paul, whatever, Tommy Fury fight. He just lost.
Yep.
Yeah, did you watch it, Omri?
Not all of it. I've seen a few highlights.
Yeah, I saw a couple highlights. I didn't watch it either.
Yeah. I mean,
Zippix, G?
Sure, I love Zippix. Zippix and coffee, one of my 2 favorite things.
Yeah, man.
I mean, that's...
Get all them enes in you. Caffeine, nicotine.
Yeah. I mean, I guess there's a little bit of that in sports, right? Like the Gracies. If you have the last name Gracie, you're going to get a little more push than other people, right? I mean, that's...
Sure.
So maybe there is some nepotism and stuff like that. But you can't hide. Wasn't there a guy that was...
Yeah, you got to go in there and fight.
There was a Gracie that was in Bellator that went like 0-6 or something like that, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
I know what you're talking about. I don't know if it was that bad, but there's also some Gracies who are killing it.
Oh, there's a lot of Gracies that are killing it.
Yeah.
A ton of them. But obviously...
Yeah, Crone and...
Hodger, whatever.
Yeah.
Hodger, how do you say it?
Hodger.
Hodger, I think.
I say it.
Why is the first R in Portuguese an H, but the second one's an R?
It's a great question, buddy.
I don't know. You know what we need? We need a passport to go down to Brazil to ask a couple Brazilian women about their language. Diversity is important, is what I'm saying here, guys. Right, Ben?
I'm pulling up that article too.
Very pro-diversity.
We're talking about cults and Utopia, like those type of organizations. And you sent me that article about how President Garfield's assassin. Now, it says he's one of the history's first incels. It's like Charles Guiteau.
Yeah. People don't remember Garfield. He's like the forgotten president.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, how long into his campaign or his presidency to get murked? Assassinated.
I'm sorry. I'm looking at Jamie Presley. You telling me Jamie Presley isn't caked up? I mean, caked up.
Yeah, she looks great.
Come on. Very early on into his presidency.
Okay.
Yeah. I think
he was gunned down in a train station in D.C. in 1881.
Yeah.
But now, what's an incel mean? Is an incel like someone who's like was he snuck into to be around his circle? Like what does a incel mean?
Incel's short for involuntarily celibate.
I thought it meant like a spy or some shit like that.
No, it's somebody. It's
involuntarily celibate.
Yeah, there's this thing out there, Mick, where guys aren't able to. Not everybody's a feminist, and sometimes guys aren't able to, to find a passport or $20, so they got to go through this world getting no punani, and that turns them very violent. Apparently,
they should start if that's the case, they should start an organization to get these guys laid.
An organization to get these guys, a federal organization to stop incels?
Maybe you mix up like a female incel with a male incel. And,
little government matchmaking?
Yeah. Well, I think it's got to be like harder for, guys to get laid than girls. Because I think like a girl could just like walk up through an apartment building, knock on the door and want to have sex. And probably like one of the first 3 guys would be like, oh, okay.
Regardless of how conventionally unattractive they may be.
Right.
Within the first 3, a guy's going to look around and be like, am I going to see this?
Yeah. And I feel like if I went and started knocking on doors, they'd be like, what? No, like, get out of here. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's like in the woman has to be more. A woman could just lay out on a table here in a bikini and she's going to be propositioned.
Yeah.
For
sure.
That's why guys are studs who have a lot of partners and girls are sluts.
Oh, you're doing the
I
you're
think
doing
so.
a
I think
key that can open many locks is useful, but a lock that gets opened by many keys is not.
I've never heard it put that way, but yes. Yeah.
Huh?
That was really good that was great. Solid.
Well, you guys should come to my incel meetings.
Your incel meeting?
You guys should come to my red pill.
I don't know why I thought incel meant
you guys should come to my
a spy or something.
My red pill
all right, so this guy
passport meetings.
He was living out in a free love society.
Okay.
And he was getting frustrated and apparently it says like he didn't like to work. And he would just kind of sit around and be like, goofy.
He didn't like
weird.
to work. He couldn't get laid, and he wanted to kill politicians. Am I this guy?
He eventually said, he's like,
this
if I'm
guy
not going to
me?
be remembered for something good, I want to be remembered for doing something bad.
Kidding me.
I'm dead ass.
This is the email I just sent to Netflix. I was like, if you guys don't get my special, I'm gonna get a series. You guys either book me for a special, or I promise you're gonna want my miniseries. So, I vibe with this guy. I'd like to buy this guy a plane ticket to.
He was hanged.
Oh, he was hung.
I think you say hanged.
Well, if he was hung, he probably
Wouldn't have had so many problems. Oh, speaking of that, speaking of being hung and stuff, do you hear they said like that the average dick size is getting bigger?
I have seen that.
I'm not surprised by this.
Okay.
Wouldn't a bigger dick be easier to impregnate and pass that along?
Sure. I don't know if that's how that works, but
I'm pretty sure that is. Like if like a little dick wouldn't be able to reach where it has to go.
well, I just think people are getting bigger in general. We're getting bigger, so it makes sense. It would actually be very alarming if everything was getting bigger except the genitalia. Now,
I feel like you're projecting a little bit.
does that mean that women's vaginas are also getting bigger?
I don't know. I guess we gotta do a study on that.
We'll also do the study. I'm here for society, guys. I'm just here to
You're gonna
help.
hop on that. You'll take this one over.
I'll hop on that.
Yeah.
But in Columbia, not Brooklyn. No. No need to study Brooklyn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I found that article interesting.
What's that?
Without sounding too defensive, I will say that according to Google, penis size did not affect fertility. It's all about sperm count and motility and that stuff. So you can be a small dick stud with a lot of kids paying alimony.
All right. There we go.
Well, there you go.